Did you know that studies show more than 2/3 of people are living paycheck to paycheck? That's crazy. Of course, there are a ton of reasons why it's more difficult to make ends meet these days, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. There's always hope. The first thing you have to do is get your mind right and decide you don't want to live that way anymore. You have to overcome the mindset that that's just the way it is and the average person just can't get ahead, because frankly, that mindset is a bunch of bull. Next, you have to figure out why you're living paycheck to paycheck. Now, there are a lot of reasons why that happens, but I've narrowed it down to 8 of the most common culprits, and here they are. First, you've come to the conclusion that debt is just a part of life. Now, that goes back to the mindset I just talked about. You don't have to be in debt to live life the way you want to live it. It's just not necessary. Number 2, your luxuries have turned into needs. Things like cable TV, eating out every other night, and brand new cars are not needs, they're wants. And you have to learn the difference between the two. Number 3, you're not making enough money. You might be underemployed, or you may need to revamp your career plans or even take on a side gig. No matter what the cause is, there's always a way to increase your income. Number 4, you're overspending. Most people are spending more than they make. When you make a plan for your money and stick to it, you'll stay in bounds and not keep digging that hole deeper. Number 5, you don't have a plan. When you don't have a plan, you don't know where the money's going. You do what most people do, and you just keep spending until the money runs out. This is probably the most common reason most people wind up living paycheck to paycheck. The number 6 reason most people are living paycheck to paycheck: money is just too easy to spend. Credit cards, easy payments, no money down. It's so easy to spend money you don't have, so you end up overspending without even realizing how deeply you've dug the hole. Number 7, you have a spending problem. You may have a lack of self-control or a shopping addiction that needs to be addressed. Number 8, the job market has changed. Businesses are changing the way they hire and compensate workers. You have to understand how things are changing and learn to overcome those challenges. So now that you know what some of the causes are, what's the next thing you have to do? You have to take a long, hard look and be brutally honest with yourself. Figure out what's really causing your problem, then you can start taking concrete action to overcome what's causing your problem. So now that you know you have to change your mindset and be brutally honest with yourself, now I'm going to give you 4 actionable strategies you can use right now to get out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle for good. First, you got to get out of debt. Like it or not, debt is a choice. Most anyone with an income can get out of debt if they really want it bad enough. And most millionaires will tell you, getting out of debt is the best way to start succeeding with money. Second, find ways to increase your income. Cutting expenses to the bone just makes you resentful and deprived. Finding ways to increase your income is proactive and empowering. It'll get you back on track much quicker than cutting expenses ever will. You can find a ton of ways to increase your income over on my Celebrating Financial Freedom blog. Third, do a monthly budget. If you don't have a plan, you don't know where your money's going. You have to keep track of your money if you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Number 4, make a plan. Just winging it doesn't work. That's what most people do, and that's why most people are living paycheck to paycheck every single month. Make a plan to get out of debt, increase your income, and get total control over your money. Listen, living paycheck to paycheck stinks, but when you take control and start doing something about it, that's when the paycheck to paycheck life disappears for good. If you want access to some of my free resources to get started, just click the link in the description below the video, and you'll find everything you need in the written version of this post.